We've all been told that "I love you" is the most important thing you can ever say in a relationship. And hey, don't get me wrong, it is an absolutely beautiful phrase. But have you ever noticed that you can love someone deeply and still feel completely disconnected or even unsafe? Sometimes "I love you" can feel like a totally hollow promise if the actions just don't match the words. So today, in this explainer, I want to share 7 specific phrases that actually build a bridge of trust and security. These are phrases that, honestly, just hit different. They speak directly to the foundation of what makes a relationship actually work.
I want you to lean in for a second and really think about something important. Have you ever loved someone but felt completely unsafe? So many of us have loved deeply, right? But we've still felt totally disconnected. We end up staying in these relationships, hoping that one day the pain will just magically vanish and things will go back to the way they were. Well, the 7 phrases we're looking at today focus on being a reliable human rather than just a romantic partner. Because whether you're casually dating or you've been married for decades, these are the real tools you need.
Let's dive right into this stark contrast, because talk is cheap, right? Words that just sound nice simply aren't enough. When someone says "I love you" but follows it up with neglect or cruelty, or they just emotionally withdraw, those words completely lose their meaning. Real connection isn't built on sporadic love bombing that's immediately followed by mistreatment. It's built on reliable actions. We're talking about those small, consistent efforts that prove someone is actually a safe place for your heart.
Okay, our very first phrase is arguably the most powerful one. "I trust you." In a world where so many of us have been hurt, or we've felt the so-called spark of romance turn into the raging fire of a trauma bond, trust is the real prize. Romance, that's easy when things are great, but trust is what determines if the relationship will actually survive the hard times. When you tell your partner you trust them, you're acknowledging that they are a consistent, reliable person who follows through. It's a way deeper commitment than just feeling love. It's a conscious choice based on their character.
Because when trust isn't present, what we usually see is a trauma bond. It's essentially this intense psychological and emotional attachment to a cycle of mistreatment followed by sporadic love bombing. And this fire can so easily masquerade as real connection. It actually tricks our brains with an intermittent positive reinforcement cycle that makes us endure the bad just to get a taste of the occasional good. But telling a genuinely safe partner that you trust their consistent character, that is exactly how we break free from the chaos and build something that survives the storms.
Moving right along to our second phrase, "I see the effort you're putting in." Look, we are all works in progress. If your partner is genuinely trying to learn or grow or change a negative behavior, even if they aren't totally perfect at it yet, acknowledging that effort is absolutely huge. In a healthy relationship, effort should always feel reciprocated. By simply noticing the small, consistent things they do to show up for you, you are validating that their contribution matters. You're giving them the fuel to keep going. And validating that effort is so vital because, man, the alternative is brutal. I'm talking about the pure exhaustion of carrying all the emotional weight. We so often get caught in this toxic cycle where one person consistently puts someone else's needs above their own. They avoid conflict to keep the peace, and they basically try to hold the whole relationship together single-handedly. Eventually, they become what we call a burnt-out pursuer. If you've been overfunctioning out of a fear of abandonment, feeling unseen is just emotionally exhausting. We have to validate that pain.
To avoid hitting that wall of burnout, we really need to distinguish between our needs. Healthy needs are things like wanting consistent communication and wanting to actually repair a disconnection. I mean, it's perfectly normal to need a reliable human who follows through. Unhealthy needs, on the flip side, stem from fear. This looks like demanding immediate responses to texts, expecting your partner to literally read your mind, or needing to control their actions. Healthy needs stem from self-love. Unhealthy needs stem from trying to control a situation out of sheer panic.
All right, the third phrase is, "Thank you for being a safe place for me." This is a beautiful one. This simple statement reinforces that being honest and open isn't a threat to your connection. When a partner, or anyone really, hears that they are a safe place, it encourages a dynamic where nobody has to walk on eggshells just to feel loved. It means when you're feeling vulnerable or you're hurting, your partner is going to lead with curiosity and empathy instead of throwing up their defenses or shaming you.
And that incredible sense of safety, it's built entirely on emotional responsiveness. As relationship experts love to point out, this right here is the glue that holds every relationship together. Stepping into each other's inner world safely means leading with empathy every single time. It completely removes the need to put on a performance or hide who you really are. If you can be emotionally responsive, you are actively creating an environment where your partner is never, ever punished for sharing their authentic self.
Our fourth phrase is, "I appreciate you taking accountability for that." Let's be real for a second. We are all gonna mess up. We will all say things in the heat of the moment that we instantly regret. But it's not the fights that destroy relationships, it's the inability to repair the disconnection afterward.
When a partner owns their part in a conflict and gives a real apology without making a bunch of excuses, it builds immense trust. And validating that they took responsibility, that makes it 1,000 times easier for both of you to reconcile the next time things get a little rocky.
This whole idea naturally builds into a highly effective framework called the responsiveness formula. When there's a rupture in the relationship, real reconciliation requires these exact steps. First, you have to lead with curiosity about how your words affected them. Second, genuinely validate their feelings. Third, show true empathy for their perspective. Fourth, actually make a plan to change the hurtful behavior. And fifth, actually, this is literally the most important one, follow through. Sweeping things under the rug never works. This formula actually does.
Number 5 is a beautifully simple but incredibly deep one, I'm here and I care. This phrase is all about presence and consistency. And I don't just mean being physically in the same room, it's about being fully emotionally present. It's a solid reminder that you are on the exact same team and that your partner's pain or joy matters to you just as much as it does to them. In a world that is just full of distractions, offering someone your absolute undivided emotional presence is a profound act of secure love.
Now, this emotional presence is particularly vital for those dealing with anxious attachment. This attachment style simply describes patterns of behavior that come from a really deep-seated fear of abandonment, where the nervous system is basically on high alert, always waiting for disconnection. Hearing the phrase, I'm here, emotionally quiets that lingering fear in the background. It literally tells their nervous system, hey, you are safe. You don't have to overfunction or panic just to keep me around.
Moving to our 6th phrase, and honestly, this one is an absolute game changer. What are 2 things I can do this week to help you feel valued? This takes your relationship completely off of autopilot and launches it into intentional service. It's a proactive, caring way to check in. It shows that you aren't just looking out for your own satisfaction, but you genuinely, deeply care about their happiness and their needs. This is exactly how you ensure both of your cups stay completely full.
By asking that specific question, you shift the entire dynamic of the relationship toward intentionality. We're talking proactive check-ins, actively serving each other's needs and showing genuine care for each other's happiness. This proactive approach transforms the relationship into a true, solid partnership. You aren't just playing defense anymore, right? You're not waiting for a massive fight to happen before you decide to communicate. You are actively building a culture of mutual care, ensuring nobody feels neglected or taken for granted. Finally, our 7th phrase is, I value your boundaries. So many of us, especially the people pleasers out there, are terrified of setting boundaries because we fear it's going to cause conflict or lead to disconnection. But here's the secret. Healthy people actually want to know your limits because they want you to feel comfortable and safe. When you tell someone you value their boundaries, you're saying you respect them as an individual. You are telling them their capacity matters just as much as yours does. The sheer power of honoring these limits, it cannot be overstated. It totally respects their individuality. It completely removes the fear of punishment. It encourages them to give an authentic no, and it builds incredibly deep mutual respect. Valuing boundaries builds a foundation that is so much more sustainable than any grand romantic gesture or a fleeting love-bombing phase. If you want a partner to show up authentically, you absolutely have to create an environment where their no is celebrated, not punished.
So as we wrap this up, I really want you to remember this. Relationships are built brick by brick. Secure love grows through these small, everyday moments of vulnerable honesty and consistent care. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to be safe, and you have to be willing to put in the effort. Building self-trust and mutual trust takes time, but every single time you use one of these phrases, you are laying down another solid, unshakable brick in your relationship's foundation.
So, I want to leave you with this final provocative question. Which of these 7 phrases will you try using today? Take a second, pick the one phrase that resonated with you the absolute most, and share it with us in the comments below. I'll be down there reading and replying to you guys. If you found this explainer helpful, do me a huge favor. Hit that subscribe button and join our growing community of people who are actively choosing a path towards secure love. Thanks so much for watching. I'm pulling for you, and I'll see you in the next one.